DeWanna Bonner hit her first 3-point shot in about 6 months and runs down the floor after losing her starting spot to Lexie Hull. Runs down the floor and calls Lexie Hull a bum to her face.
So Dana Bonner finally hits a rare three, beats her chest, and calls Lexie Hull, a player who grabbed her starting spot, a
Sizing up Lexie Hull, and then here she starts chirping at her.
That's rich. The night you get saved by a moving screen, you chirp at the worker who outplayed you. Let's break down why that jab backfired fast and loud. Question: who looked worse, Bonner's talk or the box score? Let's start with the basics. Dana Bonner has been in the league a long time, and that experience should come with a little calm. Instead, she hits 1-3 and ages, starts chirping, and aims it at Lexie Hull, the exact teammate whose job she lost. You can't write a cleaner script for irony. Lose the spot, talk loud to replacement, that's the whole bit. And no, it's not brave. It's just loud.
DeWanna Bonner is out here calling Lexie Hull a bum to her face. After losing her starting spot to Lexie Hull, she's mad Lexie took her spot. I'm sorry, DeWanna, you've kind of stunk it up today.
Lexie's not perfect. She's been in a cold spell from deep. Everyone saw it. But while shots come and go, effort does not. She closes out. She fights through screens. She boxes out. She tags rollers. She brings the stuff that coaches actually trust when games turn messy. That's why Stephanie White chose her. Not because of mood, not because of a headline, but because Hull gave the Fever more winning plays than Bonner. Bonner's night, by comparison, needed help from friendly whistles and a 5 feet 4 inches defender. When your best work comes from simple height over a small guard, that's not a flex. That's basic math. If you're 7 inches taller, you should hit a turnaround. Nobody claps for that. You clap when you take a tough, honest matchup and win. You clap when you lift your group. Trash talk with a safety net is just noise. There's also the context that matters. Bonner didn't just slide down the rotation once. She got moved aside by Sophie Cunningham in the preseason. Then an ankle twist put Sophie out. Bonner shuffled back in, and her play was still weak enough that Lexie took the spot again. 2 different players jumped the line on merit. That's a message. When the same lesson repeats, the lesson is real. Coaches do not bench vets for fun. Now, on the other side, Hull's defense never really left. Even with the shooting slump, the on-ball grit and help timing were steady. She can guard wings. She can switch for a few seconds on guards. She tracks the ball. She will get beat sometimes. Everyone does. But she bothers shots without hacking and keeps her feet. Teams value that. You don't need a heat check when your value shows up in every defensive clip. So when Bonner points and barks bum, what is she actually saying? Is she calling defense a joke? Is she saying starters should win spots by name only? Because the tape does not support that. The tape says Hull did her job on bad nights and good ones. The tape says Bonner floated when shots missed and got gassed on key possessions. Words don't beat film. Film sits there and tells the truth. And about the first 3 and 6 months line people keep repeating. Nobody is forcing Bonner to jack quick threes. If the touch isn't there, you get to the line, post your mismatch, or move the ball and cut. Play simple. Pride should never be a shot selection plan. The best vets adjust. The loudest vets point at someone else and hope the room forgets the scoreboard. That never ages well.
Took her spot. I'm sorry, DeWanna, you've kind of stunk it up today. You have 9 points. But you've shot the ball 9 times. You've hit 1 3-point shot. And it was off a triple moving screen from Melissa Thomas because the referees are scared of her.
This is not hate for what Bonner used to be. Prime Bonner was a problem. Length, stride, timing, and a jump that could sting. But today is not prime. Today needs craft and calm. Today needs a veteran to lead, not poke. Calling a worker who took your spot a bum tells everyone you learned the wrong lesson. The new lesson is basic. Earn the role back, or accept the role your let's talk mindset. Players who keep jobs late in their careers do 3 things well. They defend within the scheme, they shoot shots the coach wants, and they lift younger teammates. When the legs slow down, your voice matters more. When the first job after a long drought is to chirp the teammate who outworked you, you're not lifting. You're pushing down. That's not leadership. That's insecurity with a sound effect. Lexie Hull, on the other hand, doesn't float. She works inside the team plan. If she misses, she doesn't pout. She sprints back and gets a stop. She does the next play stuff that keeps a group steady. And yes, the Fever have had games where nobody could throw the ball in the ocean. Hull was part of that slump. But White still started her because the math favored her all-around game over Bonner's streaky one that people love to say it's just trash talk. Sure, if you back it up. Trash talk all you want if you carry your group on both ends. But when your best moment needs a triple moving screen and the ref swallow the whistle, maybe use the breath for defense instead. The league has eyes. Players talk. Coaches share notes. If all you bring is chirps, the scouting report writes itself. Run her. Switch on her, then let her drift. There's also the part where Bonner quit on Indiana. That's not a rumor. That's not spicy talk. She left. The team moved on. Fans remember. The locker room remembers. You don't get to walk out mid-season, then point at the seat you gave up and laugh at the player who sits there now. That's not tough. That's selective memory with a side of ego, and it plays badly in every arena in this league. Meanwhile, Sophie Cunningham kept climbing. She came in, shot well, defended with some bite, and brought energy you can feel through a screen. She talks too, sure, but the talk rides shotgun with made shots and hard cuts. When she got healthy, the wind shifted again. That's competition. Grown pros accept that the film room does not care about seniority. The rotation gets set by who helps right now, not who helped years ago. You can roll eyes at social media buzz, but it matters in a growing league. Cunningham has a brand because she plays with pace and produces. She brings kids to games. She gives clips that spread. That's how the league grows. Meanwhile, Bonner's top trend lately is a jab at a player who took her job. One is good for business. One is a warning label. The gap between those two paths is huge. Now pull the focus back to Caitlin Clark for a moment. She's in year 2 now, so the rookie pass is gone. Teams throw bodies at her every night. She gets tagged hard off ball. She sees traps. She still bends defenses and creates open looks. When she's out, the Fever feel it. That's normal for a lead guard with gravity. The point here is simple. The team has real roles and real pressure. Hull embraces that. Hull's job next to Clark is clear. Defend wings, hit open shots, keep the floor spaced, and make the extra pass. When the shot is off, she still checks 3 of those 4 boxes. That's how she kept the spot. Bonner calling her a bum does not change that math. If anything, it highlights it. The staff chose the worker over to resume. If you're mad at that, be mad at the scoreboard that forced it, that lets address the guarded by Ari McDonald detail. If you're a tall wing and a point guard your size is checking you, the bar for bragging is high. Score, sure, but then sprint back and sit in a stance against someone your own size. Meet a strong wing chest to chest and win that battle. That's how you show you're different. High point a mismatch, then join to the bench send the opposite message. Now, Congress is writing letters, media is pushing back, and fans are turning on them. The league wanted attention. They got it, just not the kind they hoped for. And here's the part that really bakes a biscuit. People are acting confused about why this is blowing up now. They say stuff like, Caitlin Clark's just being hazed. Or, this is normal. It happens to all new stars. Oh, so that's the line we're going with now? Hazing like it's freshman week on a college campus? Except here's the thing. She's not a rookie. She's in her second year. She's an MVP candidate. She led the league in assists last season. This isn't some new kid trying to earn stripes. She already did that, and now she's earning bruises instead. Let's get serious. No other player in the league gets this kind of treatment game after game. You don't see Sabrina Ionescu getting blindsided during dead balls. You don't see Breanna Stewart catching hits from behind with no whistle. And if it did happen, you can bet your overpriced arena nachos there would have been a press release and a fine within 24 hours. But with Caitlin, it's like they're daring us to notice. And the excuses, man, they're getting creative. She talks too much trash. Yeah, so does every single player in the league, male or female. Trash talk is part of the game. But since when did it become a green light for full-body collisions? She's cocky. Okay. And last I checked, confidence wasn't foul. If we penalize people for confidence, half the WNBA would be watching from a bench. She's not used to physical play. That one's my favorite. Because apparently leading the NCAA in scoring and getting triple-teamed every night doesn't count as physical play anymore. Newsflash. Caitlin Clark didn't get soft overnight. She just entered a league where physical has turned into, let's see what we can get away with. And let's not forget the people who say, it's just part of the culture. Oh yeah? Well, Maybe the culture needs a makeover. The league's biggest issue isn't just the hits. It's the silence, the pretending, the gaslighting, the idea that if you mention the obvious, you're somehow against the game, or worse, you're not respecting the league. Nah, respecting the league would mean holding it to a standard. It would mean protecting its players equally. It would mean calling things what they are. Flagrant fouls, not basketball plays gone wrong. Let's talk about the other players now, because this isn't all on the refs or the front office. Some of these women are straight up enjoying it. They treat hitting Caitlyn like it's a group activity, like it's the latest WNBA team-building exercise. Who can take out Clark today? They post cryptic tweets. They like shady posts. They act like she deserves it for being popular. That's not competition. That's bitterness. And the sad thing is, it's turning the league into a joke. Instead of talking about the actual basketball, we're all spending more time debating whether the next game is going to end in a stretcher or a statement. Even the fans who came over because of Caitlyn are starting to notice. They're saying, hey, we love this sport, but what's with all the body slams? And that's not good for anyone. This league had a once-in-a-generation opportunity. A player who could bring millions of new eyes, and a player who turned casual fans into season ticket holders, than a player who got non-WNBA fans talking about the WNBA for the first time ever. And what did they do? They shrugged. They let her become a crash test dummy and told us to trust the process. Great plan. Really forward-thinking. Now the feds are involved. Now Trump might get involved. Now Stephen A. Smith is on national TV reading civil rights law like he's about to take the bar exam. And all of this could have been avoided if the league had just done the bare minimum. Blow the whistle. Hand out a fine. Say, we don't allow this here. That's it. It's not rocket science. But they didn't. And now they're facing heat from fans, media, lawmakers, and probably lawyers. The commissioner's probably sitting in her office watching ESPN clips on mute, hoping it all just goes away. Spoiler alert, it won't. Because this isn't just a Caitlyn Clark issue anymore. It's a league issue, a leadership issue, a branding issue. How do you expect the public to invest in your product when you can't even protect the most important part of it? Imagine the NBA letting someone body check Steph Curry every night and then saying, well, he should toughen up. They'd burn the league to the ground. But somehow the WNBA thinks they can do that with Caitlyn and still grow the game. It doesn't work that way. And now, thanks to all the silence, all the cover-ups, all the passive-aggressive post-game interviews, this thing is growing legs, political legs, legal legs, PR disaster legs, all of it. We are now officially at the point where people are saying Caitlyn Clark's civil rights may have been violated. That's not just a bad call or a rough game. That's a sentence you say in a courtroom. And the wildest part? It's not even hard to prove. You've got the video footage of multiple off-ball hits, the lack of discipline handed out, the financial impact she's had on the league, public statements by teammates and media figures confirming the targeting, and now a history of the league doing absolutely nothing about it. That's enough for a case. Maybe not a slam dunk, but enough to get this thing into a courtroom. And once it gets there, imagine the discovery phase when emails start getting subpoenaed. When we find out who knew what, when they knew it, and why they didn't act. When we see text threads from front offices saying, let play out, or we can't suspend her, bad optics. That's when the league's real nightmare begins. And I hate to say it, but they brought it on themselves. They had every chance to stop it, and they chose to let it ride. Well, the ride's over. And Caitlyn Clark, she's not going anywhere. She's still putting up numbers. She's still selling out arenas. She's still showing up to games like a professional while the rest of the league plays backyard brawl. Oh, now the WNBA has two choices. Option 1, get real. Start protecting your players. Hold people accountable. Start acting like a professional league. Option 2, keep letting this thing spiral until your next meeting is with a judge, not a media team. Your move, Kathy. This isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about leadership fairness and a league that's now got the government breathing down its neck. What do you think? Is Caitlyn Clark being treated unfairly, or is this just politics in Jersey? Let us know in the comments. Make sure to hit like, smash that subscribe button, and we'll see you next.